Hi folks, today we're looking at Connection by Elastica. I was inspired this week to pick this track because it features on the soundtrack to the amazing Apple TV show Ted Lasso. If you haven't seen Ted Lasso, and if you've heard anything about it, like the short version is that it's an American football coach who comes over to England to coach an English football team. And it didn't interest me one bit, but I heard so many good things about the show that I decided to watch at least the first episode, and I'm very glad I did because I basically binge watched the entire first season over a couple of days. It is a great show, great soundtrack obviously, and Connection by Elastica is on the soundtrack. It's from the band's 1995 album. It was their best-selling single, and those of you in the UK may also remember this track as the theme tune to Dom Jolly's Trigger Happy TV. It's only just over 2 minutes. The tempo is 121 and a quarter BPM, and it starts off with the iconic bass, snare, snare. 4 bars, very simple, 121 BPM. Crashing straight into the main groove, we're playing 16ths then on the hi-hat, and we're playing that same bass and snare pattern. So that was the first 3 bars, and on the 4th bar there, we're crashing into the 4th bar, and we're playing that double snare in both the first and second halves of this bar. So those first 4 lines we loop, and they basically sound all together at 121 like this. For the start of the chorus, we're dropping the snare and we're actually just playing the bass on 1 and 3 for the first couple of bars. Again, still 16ths on the hi-hat, bass on 1 and 3 for the first 2 bars. For the 3rd bar, we double the speed of the bass, so we're playing 4 on the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the last bar of this line, it sounds to me like there's a little bit of a kind of ghost snare that comes in for the first 6 beats, so 1 and 2 and 3 and. And then for beat 4, we're playing a 4-stroke roll, 4E and on the snare. So let's play those 4 bars from the start of the chorus. Into the second half of the chorus, we're playing just bass on 1 and 3, snare on 2 and 4 for 3 bars. The end of that 3rd bar, we're playing an open hi-hat, and then we're closing it on the 1 of the 4th bar. And then for that 4th bar, we're counting the 1 as the closed hi-hat, 2, 3, 4 on the floor tom and the bass drum. So if we play those 4 bars just at the end of the chorus at 121 again. First time through, that takes us back up to the second line of the notation. So basically repeat that section, those 3 lines. And then the second time through, after playing that closed hi-hat, 2, 3, bass and floor tom on the 4, we're crashing back in again to the main pattern, bass, snare, snare. And we play that for 3 bars. Then we come to our kind of second transitionary bar. We're crashing in on the 1, and then we're playing the snare on 2 and, bass on 3, snare on the and of 3, and then again 4E and So we're playing 5 strokes accented on the snare at the end of that bar. So if we play that at 100 BPM, nice and slow, if we play that up to speed at 121 BPM, after that bar, we crash back into our regular pattern, bass, snare, bass, snare, snare. Again, another 3 bars of that before the 4th bar, crashing in and doubling up on the snare in the 1st and 2nd halves of the bar. The last line of the notation, we're crashing in again on the 1, playing the same 16ths on the hi-hat, bass, snare, snare pattern for 3 bars. And the ending of the track, we're crashing in again, we're playing bass, snare, bass, snare, bass. And then on the 1 of the final bar, we're playing the bass with an open hi-hat, and then we're closing the hi-hat on the 2 of that last bar. So it's good to practice this kind of last couple of bars, looping it at a nice slow tempo. So let's loop that at 100 BPM again. Once you've got the hang of that, you can put it together with the whole of the last line and get it up to tempo at 121 BPM. So that is everything you need to know to play Connection by Elastica as featured on the Ted Lasso soundtrack. Another reminder to go and check out that show if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to grab the notation for this episode, you can do so from the link in the description below, and that will actually get you access to all of the notation that I've released so far in my other videos. And if you want to see a playthrough of this track notated to see how it all fits together, the link for that is below and at the end of this video too. Thank you again for watching. If this has been useful, consider a quick thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more. Also coming soon in 2021 are going to be some more percussion discussions with some of my favourite drummers. So yeah, follow the channel. I will see you in the next episode, and in the meantime, have fun on the drums. Cheers guys.